Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy, host and voyager of the fifth dimension, back at it again with another week of E3 hype, in which we have guest after guest, and now after guest of hype individuals as we get our speculation, our prediction, and our hype on, because you are not ready for the jelly. Now, speaking of jelly, we have a very special friend of ours, a very special guest here. Everyone, please welcome another proud member of Pyra Supremacy, our boy Fidel. I'm pretty sure he didn't hear me that whole time. Bro, he's muted. Bro!
I'm here.
Oh my... Oh my god.
Bro,
You messed it up. I set you up for a joke and you just...
my bad, bro. I went to get a cup of water. I'm back now. What did I miss?
You missed being indoctrinated into the Pyra Supremacy crew.
Who attacked me, bro? Nah, listen, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired, okay? I'm tired of being bullied. I don't deserve this. I've done nothing. Why is everybody bullying me left, right, and every corner of the internet?
Bro,
what have I ever done to everybody?
We have you in 4K that you said that Pyra's better.
No, that's false advertising, bro. That's false advertising.
All right. Pulling up the vid. Hold up.
It's false advertising. This is not cool, bro. Hello?
Pulling up the proof. You made me do this. Right here. Like, if you guys want to hear the audio chat, here it is.
Pyra's better. Pyra's better. Pyra's better. Pyra's better. Pyra's better. Pyra's better.
No, I'm sorry.
Pyra's better. Pyra's better. Pyra's better. Why are you doing this to me, man? Pyra's better. Why are you doing this to me, man? Why? What have I ever done to you? Pyra's better. Why do you have this video clip right on the stream? Pyra's better. Why do I see myself? Pyra's better. Why? Oh my god, I look so annoying. This is evil, bro. This is so evil. Pyra's better. Pyra's better. This is so evil, bro. Pyra's better.
There's
too much.
You're saying I'm evil. Pyra's better. When that's you. That's you.
Nah. They need to know the context. Now, I see someone in the chat using my pirate emote. I was forced to use that pirate emote.
That's good.
I can't win, bro. I can't win. I give up. What's popping?
Yeah, let's get this show on the road, shall we?
What's new, bro? Let's go. I'm ready.
I'm ready, dude. I'm so glad I got you on this specific week because a story is that I was able to get Indukuba, Rogers Base, and Gamescage all up, for individual streams like way beforehand. So I'm like, all right, I got Indukuba for the first week, I got Roger for the second week, I got Fidel for the third week, and lo and behold, we got that big ass Sonic Central before you showed up, and I'm like, bro, I just had to wear my Dr. Robotnik goggles for you and stuff. And let's start off with that. Let's start off with that with Sonic the Hedgehog. So how do you feel about Sonic Zap?
Even though I feel this. I mean, the only thing I feel is that I'm excited for the potential of a new title. We don't really know shit, to be honest. Unless we're going by that leak that got the title right from months ago, that it was Sonic Rangers.
Yeah.
Because basically they sent to press that the game was called Sonic Rangers, and someone from January on 4chan said they play tested as Sonic Rangers.
And it's funny
it's open world.
On the 4K trailer version of the trailer, they were able to piece together binary code that said that literally says Sonic Rangers. I'm like, bro, who has the time for this? I mean, I appreciate you, but I mean, that's crazy. I'm like, how would you? I don't understand. But then I saw that leak too about Sonic Rangers being an open world Breath of the Wild.
Open world
Sonic game. How do you feel about that?
Listen, man, there's two sides to it, right?
Right.
Jumping from regular linear Sonic levels to open world is definitely a really, really big jump. But by next year it will have been 5 years since they dropped the Sonic game. So 5 years to make a game is a lot of fucking time. So if they've been working, because even that guy who like supposedly tested it, he put that post in January, which means he could have been playtesting it in like December, which means he could have had a build he was playing from like September. So like that build by the time the game comes up is gonna be like 2 years old. So even if he was saying stuff like, oh, it clearly wasn't polished or clearly wasn't done, not that much, it's like they have a lot of time to, like, if it's true, you know, polish it, add a lot of challenges, add a lot of like clean new mechanics to it. I'm down, dude. If it's like, because like obviously like we've seen so many like Sonic fan games where it is just Sonic running around a big open area or whatever, but actually doing it and there's actually enemies around and stuff to do could be like really dope.
Right. I definitely feel that because I mean, like, I've made no secret that I'm like, bro, listen, like, you can call me trash or whatever. I really liked Sonic Adventure 2. I love Sonic Heroes. People constantly sandbag me about Sonic Heroes, and I'm like, bro, I actually like that game. Shadow the Hedgehog, and then we get to Sonic 06, and I'm like, boy. But the thing is, I understand why they went into a different direction after the failure of 06, because that was like the last game to use the quote-unquote adventure style of gameplay, and then they went to the boost formula. And I can tell right now, I am not a fan of the boost formula. The only game that I actually liked of the boost formula was Colors, which I'm excited for Colors Ultimate. Yeah. And a little bit of Generations. Generations didn't really as much as Colors. Don't talk to me about Unleash. Don't talk to me about Forces. Don't talk to me about those games. All right. No, I'm not a fan of the boost mechanic. I'm really not. So
see, I like my thing is like I adore Generations. I love Sonic Colors. The daytime stages of Unleashed are great, but you do have to bear through the night ones. But yeah, Sonic Forces no one likes except me sometimes.
Me sometimes. Super Ollie, don't put words in my mouth. Just because I refuse to stream the game doesn't mean I never played it. I played and beaten Unleashed. I'm never touching that game again. I'm telling you. Man, this man always in my chat is like, yo, stream Unleashed. I'm like, bro, I'm streaming 06. You think I want to play 2 bad Sonic games in a row? Fuck that. All right.
When are you doing 06? I did 06 like 2 months ago. That shit was ass.
Ugh, jeez. I can't. I can't wait. I played 06 already, and I like honestly, aside from the glitches and the bugs, which are horrendous, I don't hate the Sonic and Shadow segments. But when when you put the bugs, the bad writing, the game-breaking glitches, and then have a campaign that you have to go through as Silver. Big X, bro.
That's my thing. Like, I was shocked when I was playing it like a month or two ago, and I was like, oh, the level design here is good. It's chill. It's just that the game's not done. Like, that's the most clear thing to me. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh no, the levels are great. They're fun. It's just that it's clearly not finished. That's why it like annoyed me. But yeah, man. But either way, like with Sonic Rangers, like I'm glad there's at least a new Sonic hype cycle, because it really was a long time since we had news. They said they have more announcements, because I do think it's like weird. Why is Sonic Origins, like the collection of like 1, 2, 3 Knuckles and CD, like next year? I'm like, that's like you've compiled those so many times except for 3. I don't know why you need till next year. I'm sure they're gonna announce. I hope they announce at least the adventure games coming to console and stuff like that, because that would be nice.
Man, I don't know why they have not put out.
I don't know either.
Games, like, I'm like, bro, you know how much money this will make. But honestly, I really hope that Sonic Rangers does borrow elements from the adventure games, because you know when I hear open world, I hear more control in the hands of Sonic, and that's the one thing I've felt that really was detrimental to Sonic moving forward in terms of games, is that more and more games being built by Sonic team, the less control you have over Sonic for the sake of quote-unquote speed. And I'm like, okay, I understand that Sonic is supposed to be fast. I get that. But you can have a game where you go fast and still control the character. I'm not out here playing like a visual novel. All right. So I really hope they bring elements from adventure into, you know, Rangers. So it's like fast open world, but then homing attack, you know, jumping and stuff. And then, you know, when Sonic needs to, he doesn't go as fast, but then you can pick up the speed again, which was a really cool mechanic that I found in Sonic Lost World. Have you ever played that one?
Yeah, Sonic Lost World is fun. It is back to the more slower, like fast, like kind of like fast movement. I like that as like the parkour system is a good idea. It has some issues, but I like the ideas of Lost World. I think it's like poorly executed in some parts. But for the most part, like, yeah, like, again, I agree with you. Like, the adventure style is better where you have more control. Like, you still have sections of speed. But you still have control of your character,
Right.
and you're still like, you feel like you're doing platforming and like precision, because like you're not really doing platforming challenges and stuff in like the boost games. You have like the boost games are kind of like the 2D games but 3D, where like you have like the top path, middle path, bottom path, and it's kind of like that. Whereas with the adventure games, it's like it's platform. You know, you're hitting all the enemies in specific spots to get to an area. You know, you're like solving like mini puzzles within the levels sometimes, depending on the character. It's like there's some nice stuff in there. But yeah, I really hope it's true. And like one of the things from that leak was that like you go into these portals where it takes you to like like the bonus stages would essentially be generations like levels, like boost style levels. So I think that's a good idea. Like that way
you know, like keep it there in order to try and get Sonic as fast as he can in order to get a chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be dope. And then moving past Sonic for a little bit, because I really hope that we see more of Sonic Rangers. I'm very hopeful, but I mean, like, if the dude really did play test it back in January, I'm hopeful that we'll probably see something more at E3, because Sega's gonna be there. So speaking of E3, what is something that's gonna excite you at E3, that like something that you want to see? Because I was supposed to open up with that, but then like we kind of just went off the rails with Sonic.
Yeah.
But what's something you think will just like blow you away at E3?
I need to see Breath of the Wild, man.
Oh, here we go! 3 for fucking 3. No. 2 for 2. Like, Endukubo's are like, nah, I need Smash Bros. I don't think Breath of the Wild's gonna be there. I'm like, listen, Endukubo, get off my
Breath of the Wild's gonna be there.
Right? Like
1,000% Breath of the Wild's gonna be there. He's gonna be, yeah, dude. But like, I'm so curious. Like, I want to know so badly, what is that game gonna be? Like, is it gonna be like Dark World style of the Hyrule we were in? Is it gonna be like there's Sky Cities? Because, you know, in like that initial trailer, we see like the place lift up. Is it gonna be like there's underground areas because they're like in a mine there? It's like, I want to know, like, what are they gonna do to make it so that like exploring that, like, how are you gonna make exploring that big ass Hyrule that we all saw like and explored to death like more fun? What new areas are gonna do? What are the new mechanics? Like, that's like really interesting.
And you know, it's funny that you brought that up specifically, because I never really looked at it like that, because I always played around with the idea that Hyrule's map might be doubled in the sense that, you know, we explore everything above the ground and below it, because, you know, obviously they were like underground, so like they'll probably double the map by having underground segments that were untouched in the original. But then when you were saying that, I'm like, bro, what if, like, you know, Ganon's power, you know, the malice that we saw was, you know, lifting Hyrule Castle out of the ground. Yo, what if we also get a whole, like, sky segment? So we have a sky, like, sky land and under the land. Bro.
That's how I want to know. Yeah, like, I felt like, that's how I always thought. I thought when, like, we saw the castle get lifted that maybe there's, like, some sky areas, you know? And I saw some people theorize that, like, the Loftwing amiibo would do something like, yeah, where like you can fly with it a bit, or like, I assume obviously there's gonna be some flying mechanic, but like maybe you get like a special Loftwing if you use that amiibo. But like, yeah, it's man, I just want to see it. Like, I'm tired of it's been so long. I just need to see what the new thing is. You know, what are they gonna add in there? What the fuck is it? Are there still gonna be shrines? Are they gonna go back to dungeons? I don't know. I need to know.
Nah, I feel like they're gonna go back to dungeons, but I felt that the shrine mechanic was such. I really liked shrines, because
I love shrines.
Going around the world and then like exploring and then like seeing what kind of pocket that you can find in, and you get rewarded with a shrine. And I'm like, bro, I like that mechanic, and I don't want to see them take it away. So I feel that they could readapt them for, I don't know, like specific underground shrines that are built by other people. You know, there's like the whole idea of the Zonai shrines and stuff, and I'm like, I'm down for that. But that's cool to hear that Breath of the Wild is your number one. I would have thought that, like, yo, the Smash announcements was
because well, I think it's just because Smash is such a given, and we know we're gonna get it either way. But like with Breath of the Wild, it's been like we're expecting Smash announcements all across the year. But like with Smash, it's like I just need to see it. It's been so long. Like, I just need that in my life. With Breath of the Wild, like I want it. I want it so badly, man. But Smash 2. I need Smash 2.
Man, now here's the question. Like, we're gonna get to Smash in a little bit, but after Breath of the Wild, I was talking about this with Roger last stream, and you know, since you all three of us We're all Xenoblade stands here.
Right.
How? What about the possibility of Monolith Soft's secret game getting revealed at E3 this year, possibly being Xenoblade Chronicles 3?
I could see because I was talking about this. We're like, okay, assuming that a small team that worked on Xenoblade Definitive Edition, they haven't been really they've been working on this thing basically mostly since after Torna, I'd say. So they've had like 3 years to work on something. So they definitely have something to show. Whether they show it here or in like a September, like I think we're getting near. I think if it's not gonna be here, it's gonna be in like the September or October direct. But I really do think like we're getting close to hearing about what's next for Monolith. So it's either gonna be here, I think, or in the September like direct that they usually do.
Right. And do you feel it's gonna be Xenoblade 3? Because I took a look at I took a look at the concept art, and that like the way that they made the formations of the land, like bro, that screams like Xenoblade, like topography and stuff. Not topography.
Like landscape. Like the environment.
There's a word for it.
Yeah.
But whatever. So like, do you think it'll be Xenoblade Chronicles 3, or you think it'll be a new IP?
I feel like it's hard. Like I feel like maybe because like for them, like right now the name Xenoblade like sells a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe it won't be Xenoblade 3, but it'll be like Xenoblade like. Not X, but like another, like I don't mean X as the example, but I mean like Xenoblade something.
Right.
I could see that, or again, I could really see them be like, okay, Xenoblade 2 did really well. We have a lot of ideas. We could do 3. It's definitely hard to tell. I could see it be a new IP, but I could see them just being like, we're gonna keep the Xeno branding at least because I think that's just like their bread and butter.
All right, I feel that.
Yeah.
Now, someone brought this up in the chat, and I'm so glad that this news came out. So, all right, Fidel, you fucking weeb.
Yeah.
All right.
What the fuck?
Yeah. No. What do you mean? What the fuck?
What I do?
No,
Me?
No. Yeah, you're a weeb. Yeah, you're a weeb. Yeah, embrace it.
Hello.
Embrace it. Embrace it right fucking now.
What's the new? Okay, fine. I'm a fucking weeb, bro.
All right,
like
there
Dragon
you go.
Ball.
So, how do you feel about that rumor that possibly we're gonna see a My Hero Academia fighters at E3 from Bandai Namco?
Dude, you don't get it, man. If I see that, I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. Dude, Fighters is like my top 4 games ever. Right. I adored that game with life. I learned it. I studied it. I adore all the love that's put into it. If I watch that Bandai event or like whatever Microsoft event, because I think Fighters was shown at a Microsoft event initially. If I see like this My Hero thing at a conference, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Because I just think I was talking about this, like it's perfect for that, like
that genre because there's so many different heroes, so many different quirks and abilities. And I'm like,
exactly,
bro. That's like one of the easiest things they can make a fighting game out to make everyone distinct. It's like, that's Marvel, baby, but just
exactly,
it's Weeb Marvel, like literally both. Yeah, Boku no Hero and like Weeb X-Men.
I was saying like the show is far along that they could do enough like dramatic finishes and like ultimate like specials and stuff like that. And I was talking about like if you really look at right now the most popular shonens, it's like Jujutsu Kaisen's still too new. Like they don't have enough.
Bro,
like,
I'm watching that right now and I'm loving it, bro.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Jujutsu Kaisen is so fucking good.
It is. It's fucking awesome. Yeah. Demon Slayer right now is Cyber Connect 2. They're handling it.
Yeah, they're handling the game. I feel the roster's not big enough in Demon Slayer to make like a competitive fighting game.
Yeah, exactly. What else are they gonna say? Like, I know people say Naruto, but I'm sorry. Like, sadly, Naruto, like, ultimately, anime games are made for marketing. They're not marketing Naruto anymore. They're marketing Boruto. And Boruto just doesn't have it.
Yeah, Shinobu Strikers is doing it.
Yeah, Shinobu Strikers. Yeah. And I guess the only arguments really are like One Piece and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, whatever. But I think My Hero is like the clear standout where you can have a lot of the cinematic moments. You have a lot of characters, easy potential for DLC, and I think they could do an awesome job with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I saw that when that rumor came out. If you guys didn't know, obviously we've been talking about it for like a good minute. But there's a big leak rumors suggesting that Bandai Namco's next fighters title in collaboration with Arc System Works is a My Hero Academia fighting game, right? Which I feel would be really cool, only because I like Boku no Hero enough. I don't hate it. I'm not one of those like Boku no Hero. I'm like, watch it. The fights are pretty dope, and then it was animated greatly and stuff. And it's a lot deeper than I do love the whole concept of quirks and whatnot. So when I heard that, I was like, dude, that would make a lot of sense considering how different all these different heroes is. Sure, there are some powers that overlap, but they overlap to a degree. Like Dabi's cremation versus Endeavor's Hellfire and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's some of that stuff. But for the most part, you get a lot of diversity in there. And like I said, it's like also like you think about it, fighters is again, unless there's a secret season 4 or something, it seems to be like that fighters is like winding down,
right?
So I'm sure a lot of that team could be working on it. But yeah, I'm excited, man, and I think it's time. It's okay. Like fighters did fantastic. I'm sure they're eventually gonna make a sequel. I'm sure they're gonna
Fighters 2
do
is
a
in
next
the
gen
bag,
version.
bro. All that money. If you guys seen the animations for Guilty Gear Strive, people are like, "Yo, man, they coming in with that fighters profit money."
They got that fighters money, bro. That game code sold 6 million copies. It's crazy.
My god, fighters sold like
traditional fighter.
Let's talk about that for just a little bit. Fighters came out at the most perfect opportunity when the fighting game community was in a sync. And Marvel Infinite did not fucking deliver.
Yeah, it was
like Arc System Works, it was literally the stars aligning. It's not like Arc System Works made this game in retaliation to seeing how Marvel Infinite was looking. Literally, it was just a project being made. But when Marvel Infinite was coming out and it was not up to par, Arc System Works was like,
they secured it, bro.
Because having that 3 tag system and stuff, it was very Marvel-like. Of course, it's still an Arc System game, so I mean, if you've played Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue, you have something in your pocket for understanding how that game functioned. But at the same time, it had a lot of Marvel flavor in it. So if you play Marvel, you had something in your pocket going into fighters. It was just like, bro, I keep saying the stars aligned way too fucking hard for that game.
Yeah, man, do amazing. That game,
dude,
did super well, man. I love it,
dude.
It's my baby.
Oh man, I'm excited for Fighters 2. Fighters 2 is gonna happen. No, definitely.
It'll happen one day. Yeah, yeah.
So I feel that Guilty Gear Strive, which is actually coming out in a couple of days, and then My Hero Academia fighting game, that probably will come out next year. And then Fighters will probably come out 2023, which will be a good cooldown period, between the game. But man, I'm just like, I'm so glad more and more people are starting to understand and appreciate Arc System Work games.
Yeah, no, this generation, they definitely blew up. I mean, like you see all now, you always just see on Twitter, everyone wants every fighting game made by Arc System, just because they're just their animations are incredible. They make quality stuff. It's awesome to see the rise this gen. They've done an amazing job.
That back in the day, Arc System Works actually made an old-ass Sailor Moon fighting game.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that one.
Exactly, and no one knows about it because, Arc System Works wasn't really put on the planet as hard as fighters put on the planet. Sure, people knew about Blaze Blue. Yeah. People knew about, Guilty Gear and those other original anime fighters. But once fighters came in, bam. That game is super broken. Nah, that game's fun as fuck, man. You're just mad. I'm kidding. Avatar, I'm awesome. Kidding. But considering everything that's going on with E3, we got Nintendo and Xbox at the top. You got Square Enix, Ubisoft, and Verizon, second tier.
I can't wait for Verizon.
Right, I'm like, bro, what kind of game is Verizon Gaming going to show off that they're in the same tier as Square Enix and Ubisoft? I need to know. Bro, I need to know, man. Just watch Verizon just have
Verizon.
Can you imagine if Verizon actually makes a lot of video game?
They're gonna have all the big ones.
No, wait, video game mobile ports of console games that are only exclusive to Verizon phones and services. Can you imagine that?
I wouldn't even be shocked, bro. They would pull some of that shit, bro. I'm not watching the Verizon show, but shout out to the Verizon fans out there. I'm sure there's someone out there that's their number one most hyped conference is the Verizon one. There's one person, I'm sure they exist.
No, I'm pretty sure the Verizon show is gonna do something very unexpected, Yeah. And because despite what you say about phone service, man, your Verizon runs a really good fucking internet service. I will tell you that right now. Holy shit. But now and then after Square Enix and Ubisoft and Verizon, we
Yeah.
have all the other showcase members, which include Sega, Bandai Namco, and all that good jazz. Now, before we gear back to Nintendo and the big boys a little bit, is there anything else that you think we might see from Sega or Namco, Bandai Namco specifically, and whatnot? Because you know they're still very important developers. They're still important things. To get you started, we actually got a leak. And bro, someone's getting fired. We got a leak that Tensei 5, the release date got leaked for November 11th, right? And that was something that was more likely going to be shown off at E3.
Yeah.
So to get you started, like, what's other things you think you could see at Sega and Bandai?
Sega and Bandai. Well, because so we looked at the Sega doesn't have a conference, right?
They have a showcase, like a showcase.
It was showcase.
Yeah.
Okay, they have a showcase.
Yeah.
With Sega and Bandai, I'm not sure. So like Bandai, they could show. I mean, they're gonna show Tales. Tales is definitely gonna be their thing.
Right.
I think Elden Ring. That's their time. They'll finally show it. I think that's gonna be Bandai's big thing. It's gonna be Tales of whatever this My Hero thing or whatever, if that's real, and Elden Ring.
You're really confident in Elden Ring because man, that game's a legend. That game doesn't exist.
I think it's time. I think they'll have it and in some capacity. Even if it's another teaser, even if it's like 3 seconds of a boss fight or something, I think it's gonna be there. Finally.
Wait, can I tell you something though? Wait. Yeah, it's Elden Ring, not Baldur's Gate. Bro, there's this YouTube channel that's making so much bread. And don't take guys before Fidel and chat, don't take me as a hater because I'm commending this man's work because this man has the fucking the algorithm on lock, and I'm like, bro, that's the biggest brain shit. He makes daily videos on Elden Ring news.
How? What?
And they get insane views and insane likes. Like his like to dislike ratio is the highest I've ever seen. It's like 99.91% like ratio. And this man has like 2,000 likes to like 2 dislikes. And some of his videos is literally 30 seconds long saying Elden Ring news for today. There is no news. Next video.
Oh, yeah, it is. I see daily Elden Ring update. Day number 354. Jesus. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yo, it's not fake rumors. It's literally, he makes a video on the news and he's like, here's the news for today. There is no news. Video over. And then like when there is news, he makes videos and bro, these videos get views upon views upon likes, and I'm like, how? Teach me.
I'm gonna do that from now on. I'm gonna do that for Sonic. I'm just gonna be like, guys, today there's new
Sonic, bro.
Yeah, he's out there, bro. That's crazy. Man, someone should do that for Bayonetta 3. Right. Today there's no news. Today, Kamina tweeted a Bayonetta joke. Today, nothing. Dude. That's crazy. No news. That's awesome. That's
what a god. Oh my god.
Yeah,
so
man.
if Elden Ring news comes out, that dude, that's why I brought up. If Elden Ring shows up, that dude's gonna pop off. Oh my god.
Yeah, that guy, he's finally gonna have his moment. That's crazy, man. But yeah, no, I could see that for Bandai. For Sega, I'm trying to think, what could Sega have aside from the Sonic stuff we saw? I mean, obviously they're gonna have Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean. They're about to launch PSO2. I'm not sure what else. I mean, again, Bayonetta 3 technically is Sega, so if they can show that, maybe. I'm not sure. I know it's impossible because Kamina said
Bayonetta. They're not gonna show that Sega's thing because Bayonetta's IP is really, really weird. Because Bayonetta's IP is people saying, oh, now it's a Nintendo IP because it started out as people say it started out as a Sega because Sega funded the original project, right? But it's like Bayonetta is a Platinum Games IP in reality because Nintendo funded Bayonetta 2 and Sega's name was on it, I guess. But just for like a second is like, oh yeah, because original property funded by Sega or whatever the fuck. So I really don't think if Bayonetta 3 is gonna show up, it's definitely not gonna show up at Sega's thing. It's gonna be at Nintendo's store. So, here's the question: do you think Bayonetta 3 is gonna be there? Like it's gonna be at the CG3?
No, I don't think so. I think by this point, I don't even want to see Bayonetta 3 unless it's like gonna launch a few months later. Like I just think by this point, that game, it's like keep it in the closet until you're close to launch. I don't want to don't show me another trailer and then be like 2022. I'm like, no, I don't want that. Like it's like show me that game when you're like 5 to 6 months away from it, not even, you know,
Right.
something like that. And again, like there is also the chance. There is also the chance. What's it called? There's the chance that the My Hero rumor isn't true and that we just get Persona 5 Arena, which is like wrong rumored.
That would be really
for
cool.
Arceus.
I would like that a lot, honestly.
I can see that.
No.
Persona 5 Arena, and this time it's like a bunch of the Persona characters from all different games and all that stuff. So maybe we'll see.
Nah, just like Persona 5's cast is big enough, you know.
Yeah, but I'm sure they could do like DLC with other like guests.
Oh yeah,
like,
guest characters like they bring in you from 4 and they bring in
for sure they have to
or whatever the fuck. But I would believe that, you know, because Persona 5 like made so much money.
Yeah, it did.
Like, bro, that game outsold like everything within the Persona or the greater Shin Megami Tensei universe. Hopefully Shin Megami Tensei 5 is going to be up there with Persona 5, but Persona 5 literally blew everything else out of the water.
Yeah.
So when people say like, oh, Atlas and Sega are milking this game, I'm like, you know, can you blame them? Like, the fuck, like,
blame them? Yeah,
it makes so much money, dude.
I mean, this is what they do. Like, this is what happens with Persona games is they spend so much time making the sequel that in between they just like milk the shit out of it by doing spin-offs, like so many spin-offs until the next one's ready. Like, they're trying to stay in your conscience until the next one's ready because they take so, like, we're not gonna see Persona 6. Like, we're not gonna get that game released until like.
But listen though. What if we do hear like, what if we see like a teaser, like one of those apocalyptic teasers where it just shows a fucking 6 and then
not yet. Not yet. I think we're like a year from like the teaser for 6, like a year away. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think it's this year. I also think they learned from Persona 5. Remember, like, famously, what was it? December 2013, I think?
It was 2014, I think.
14, yeah. December 2014, exactly. Yeah. So I think they learned from that. And I think they're seeing all these come. Yeah, winter 2014 on PS3, I remember that. Yeah, so I think they don't want to do that again. I think they're going to show that game when it's a little close. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny because, you know, after playing Persona 5, I went back and I saw the releases between Persona 1 through 4. And those games were kind of back-to-back. And I'm like, damn, what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Like, after Persona 4, it was just like a stop. Like, what was Atlas doing this whole time?
I don't know. I think there was a lot of issues I think it was a weird time for Sega. I think they also did do a lot of Persona 4 spin-offs. Like, yeah, because they did a lot. They did the dancing game. They did the PSP outside the PS Vita port. They did like Q on 3DS. Like, they did a lot of random spin-offs. But yeah, it was a weirdly long gap. And I think also they had the big issue they had, right, was that they scratched it. Because originally the game was gonna be like a tour across the world. But then after the earthquake happened in Japan, they scrapped the idea and they were gonna be like, all right, let's make it about Japan, you know, like just to highlight that place in the world. So yeah.
And then also, like, I'm seeing people say they had to develop a completely new engine. That's not true. They used the Catherine engine for Persona, for Persona 5, because the Catherine engine was the first time they were playing around with the first time they were ever playing around with bringing the Persona style to HD and whatnot. And then I'm pretty sure they used the cat or heavily modified it. I don't know. They're like the closest I was ever to Persona before I actually played Persona 5 was Catherine, and Catherine says, "Have you played Catherine?"
I love Catherine. That's like literally one of my favorite games.
Oh, good.
I love Catherine. I think it's like a really cool story. I love the puzzles, but I love how it's structured, man. Like, I love the thing where you go to the bar every night, you have these different conversations. It's fucking creepy. It's also like somewhat, they keep like the story, obviously it's not realistic, but like the themes are really realistic and stuff. I really love that game. Yeah, that game's awesome,
man. But considering everything that's going on with you know, Sega, Bandai, Namco, Nintendo, let's gear back towards Nintendo for a little bit. Yeah. With all of, like, the things about the Switch. Wasn't the Switch Pro supposed to be revealed like yesterday or some shit?
Yeah, it was supposed to be released. I was supposed to be revealed yesterday. It was supposed to be revealed last week, the week before. I don't know what's happening with this thing, man. There's either some massive mastermind who's feeding everybody some big bullshit, because like we've seen like what was it we've seen like websites quite literally have like a Switch Pro like SKU on their site.
Yeah.
So like I don't know
coming.
if there's somebody
Something
just
is coming,
fucking,
I feel, but we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I really think like I know we always say next week, not because the past 2 weeks it's been like, oh, next week, but like because my only indication, right, is how Nintendo worded it, right, their E3 thing, where they're like, we're gonna focus exclusively on software,
right?
Which they never say. They usually just say
weird.
Like,
it's weirdly specific that they said that.
So
it's like they know that. They know that we're talking about. They know that everyone's talking about the Switch Pro. They know everyone that's in everyone's mind. So when I read that, I'm like, specifically software. I'm like, why would you put that? What the fuck?
They either said that to be like, shut up, there's no Switch Pro yet, or it's just, or if they're gonna show the Switch Pro, they specifically really mean that we're not gonna see any info on it at the Direct, you know what I mean? So it's one of those two options, and we'll find out which one it is by next week. If they don't show it by next week before E3, it really means like, shut up, we have no hardware like at the moment, you know? I hope it's real by this point, but like until next week, if it's not announced before E3, the Switch Pro, like, I don't care until it's announced. Right. I'm tired of hearing like rumor after rumor after rumor after rumor. It's like, we know it's real. Like, we know manufacturers have had parts for it.
Exactly.
We know there's
that's the truth to it. When people say that the Switch Pro isn't a thing, I'm like, kind of, it's a thing, but it's just that we don't know when it's coming. Because people are making parts. You can't fake that. Like, the fuck, you can really roll up and it's like, yo, you can see that these OLEDs Samsung screens are being made, and I'm like, there it is. Like, what the fuck, you know?
Exactly. No, exactly. I think it's a matter of when. Yeah.
So like, it's funny. Cordelia says that, why does it need to be made? And what's the problem with the Switch? I'm like, there's nothing wrong with the Switch. I totally love going into Korok Forest and Breath of the Wild and having the game run at 20 frames per second. No, there's nothing wrong. You know, nothing at all. You know, I love my Joy-Cons drifting. Yeah. You know, like I love
my Joy-Cons. Yeah, like, great.
I love my fucking Switch dock warping. There's nothing wrong with the Switch. Jesus. Like it's great. It's a great, finely tuned, complete final console.
My issue with this is, like, as someone who doesn't use Joy-Cons, I just want the frame rate to be better. That's it. Like,
definitely. Like, no. Yeah, like, you know, I've been seeing things about like 4K support when it's docked. I'm like, bro, I don't like my TV is 4K, but I'm not out here trying to play 4K Nintendo games, man. Like, I
want better FPS.
Yeah, FPS, frame rate. Please, give me Breath of the Wild 1080p and 60 frames, bro. That will fucking.
Age of Calamity runs horribly.
Right? It does. Yeah.
It's really bad. And it's like even bro, Nintendo always makes sure Mario is 60 FPS. The fact that Bowser's Fury wasn't, like, it's like when Bowser showed up, that game like dipped to 30.
Bro, that my Switch was struggling every time Bowser sort of dun. I'm like,
I'm like, all right, bro. If Mario, which is like the one you never let slip under 60, is slipping under 60, I'm like, all right, now we need the Pro.
Yeah, and then it's funny because the one conversation with the game that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger is that a lot of people are wondering when Genshin Impact is getting to the Switch. And I feel that Genshin Impact is literally waiting for the Switch Pro. Because have you seen how Genshin runs on a PS4 Pro? That shit is impossible. And then you guys expect you guys expect Genshin to run on the fucking on the Switch, and they're like, oh, but my phone runs it just fine. Yes, my phone that costs like $600. All right, you know, the fuck, people running around with phones in their hands are double the price of a Switch. Yeah, my phone runs it. I'm like, wonder why. So I really think that Genshin is waiting for, or I should say, Yo-Yo is waiting for the Switch Pro to release, to drop, you know, the Genshin port or the Genshin version on the Switch Pro.
Yeah, no, what's it called? I think they're waiting to. I think it'll come. It'll come. I think, whether it's Switch, I think, like, that's me. That's how I think. Like, Nintendo's not gonna have first-party games locked on Switch Pro, but there will be third parties that will be locked to Switch Pro. I think they're just
definitely. But the thing, you know, and even after that, you know, once upon a time, I thought that was the case, but then in rolls Capcom. and they took their glorious Resident Evil engine and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make you work on the Switch. And brother,
yeah, it looks amazing.
Damn, like there's no dips in Monster Hunter, and I'm like,
yeah, it's crazy.
That's that's black magic, bro. That's evil.
It's
that's
a lot
sacrilege.
30. Yeah,
that's
the fact that online too,
and online works so good on the Switch.
Yeah,
I'm like,
crazy.
Yo, I'm like, yo, man, what kind of sacrifice did you guys have to make in order to make this work, yo? Yo, take me to the volcano. Let me throw something in. Like, what the fuck?
They need to teach a class. They need to teach a class about that. Just be like, all right, this is how we do it. This is how you should do it. Like, that's it. That's what I hate. I hate when like you like. To me, it's like when I see like really lazy, shitty ports on Switch, I'm like, don't even bother anymore, man, because it's like either do a good one or just don't do it at all. Like, we don't need we're no longer at that point where everything needs to be on Switch. If it's ass, at least make it run well and do okay. That's what I need, you know?
Right? And I'm like, because the thing is, I've seen how the RE engine performs on PS4, Xbox, and on the PC, and then I'm like, damn, this is such a good engine. This probably never work on the Switch. And then Monster Hunter Rise is like, oh, Monster Hunter Rise coming in and it's using the RE engine. I'm like, when I first read that, I'm like, that sounds like cap. And then I saw it in action and I played it myself, and I'm like, dude, how did you do this? Yo, everyone needs to take notes. Capcom, and I keep telling this, as a Square Enix fan, and this hurts me every time I say it, bro, the RE engine, that's one of the best engines I've seen in my life. The RE engine is the engine that Luminous wanted to be, and I'm like, that hurts my soul. Because,
I get you.
Because the thing is, Capcom really came out of nowhere with that engine. And I don't know how much money or time development went to that engine. I want to assume that's a lot, but they got it unpacked. And then over at Square,
something about it's so good.
Yeah, and over at Square, they poured like years upon millions of dollars into that engine, and that shit fell apart. And they don't even like. I say they don't even use it anymore, but they're gonna use it for Project Athia, which is Forspoken, right? I'm like, look, if it runs on the PS5, all right, cool. But I'm telling you right now, I love Square Enix. I love Final Fantasy 15 to a degree. But dude, that engine falls apart at the mere wince of stress, and I'm like, yeesh.
Yeah, exactly. Now our engine's dope.
Yeah,
need it.
Oh, God, I just like espionage, and bro. And then this like talking about engines. This hurts my soul. Kojima really had to leave behind his engine.
Oh, the Fox engine? Yeah, that shit sucks, bro. Because that engine was so good. It was like 60 FPS. It was beautiful. Dude. It looked great and everything. And we got one game from it. The next one they did was like the Survive or whatever.
Yeah, Metal Gear Survive. Man, I'm like,
sad.
He had his baby. That Fox engine was amazing, and he had to leave it behind.
Sucks.
Hurts. Oh, my God.
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Other things from Nintendo. But what do you hope to see there?
Man, Nintendo. It's like I've talked about this a lot, but like, I think this time it's gonna be like aside from Breath of the Wild, I think it's gonna be like a lot of just IPs. Like because usually Nintendo does the thing at E3 where they do like, oh, we're focusing on this game and other titles. Here it just I think it's just gonna be a mix and match of a bunch of this stuff. Like I think we're gonna see Kirby. I think we're gonna see whatever this rumored DK is. I think we're gonna see Splatoon. We're gonna see Breath of the Wild. We're gonna see the Smash characters. There's probably gonna be. I feel like maybe they'll have a new IP here because they've been talking a lot about how they want to have new IPs. They're gonna do their third-party stuff in there. So I think it's just gonna be like a show that's gonna like pile up like a lot of news and announcements for first party stuff with a mix. Like I don't think it's gonna be one of those shows that's like, here's the focus on one thing. I think it's gonna be like a mix of a lot of stuff in there. Maybe 2D Metroids.
I feel that, but I need them to like, okay, the last 10 minutes of the show is all Breath of the Wild, baby. I just that's what I need.
I feel, well, because they have 3 hours of Treehouse after.
Oh,
so like because I remember when they did that big E3 for Breath of the Wild, they showed that trailer and then they were like, okay, right after stay tuned to Treehouse where we're gonna do an hour of gameplay. Yep. I think they're gonna do something like that where we're gonna get like this crazy like 4-minute trailer of Breath of the Wild 2, and then it's gonna be like stay tuned to Treehouse right after to see gameplay.
Dude, man, I'm gone, bro. I probably if that happens, I probably might destroy my green screen. I'm gonna have to help Elgato to send me another one. Man, I'm just like, yo, I'm like, listen, man.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know. We're almost there, man. Just 11 days.
No, it's gonna be great.
I can't wait.
Yo, I haven't been this excited for E3 since 2019.
I know.
Get it?
Well, just because
get it.
Get it. Not just that, but like there's a million things happening. Next week there's like it's Guilty Gear, Ratchet, FF7 Intergrade, there's like a DLC for other stuff I like, and then there's E3, there's the Jeff Keighley show, there's like a million things, dude. It's gonna be there's like you have what's called the E3, the conferences, and you have like all the month of stuff. It's gonna be I can't wait, man.
Right. And it's funny because like not only is E3 happening, but we also have Summer Games Fest, which is like Jeff Keighley's own like festival of fun that he built in order to compete with E3. And the fact that this is like the first year, because last year we got Summer Games Fest instead of E3, but now this is the first year that we see them. People don't like using that word, but I'm gonna use it anyways. Compete. But this is like the first time we're seeing them, and I'm like, bro, that's crazy because they share a lot of presenters, and but the big guns. That's hilarious is that E3 has Nintendo and Summer's Game Fest has PlayStation, and I'm like, bro, that's when I saw PlayStation at the Summer Game Fest, I'm like, wow, you actually did it. Because if you guys didn't know,
we know they don't like
that, like, oh, why isn't Sony there when they showed off their I would say their list of people, their timing and stuff? Why is Sony there? I'm like, if you guys didn't know, Sony actually ditched E3 a couple of years back. Like this is something like I'm pretty sure
they don't like each other.
Yeah, they don't like each other anymore. Like I think they ditched E3 in like 2018. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's 2018. Yeah, it's 2018. Yeah.
Yeah. So to see them at Summer Games Fest, I'm like, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be great. Like when people
dope, bro.
like and it's funny because people are like they hate the notion of it, but it's all business. When companies compete,
absolutely, man.
When companies compete, the consumer wins. Always.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, when they're heated up, like that's how you always see. Like it's always that thing of like you always see how come every time the last generation, one of the console people are like losing, the next one they come back. It's because they have to compete. Like they have to go seriously and they gotta push harder. So that's how you get like better results and shit. But yeah, man, it's just there's so many things. Like I really think it's gonna be a great show, especially now that the world's getting better with like COVID and vaccines and all this stuff. Like it feels like now a lot of companies are like ready to show projects that like they were holding out because they weren't sure about when they could showcase it.
Right. Now here's a question for you. We're gonna be dialing down to Smash now. All right.
Yeah.
So first question, I asked this to Enduku and I asked this to Fidel. Not Fidel, Roger. Fidel, a lot of people are saying that this year's E3 could be conceived as the sequel to E3 2019. Do you feel that we're going to see one or two Smash reveals at this year's E3?
Yeah, I've had a lot of debates and conversations with people about this. It's hard because if it was like if we were like 2-3 characters into the past, I would have said it's a lock to get 2 characters.
Right.
But because we're at the last 2 of the last pass, I feel like it's a question mark. Like it's like I don't know if like maybe they want to save that. It depends how crazy the last character is and if they want to save it for its own showcase later on, That's why I personally think they're going to go with 1. Okay. I think the fact that the pass is still slated to end by December 2021. Again, it could end sooner than that. They just use that as a date. I think they still want to have I feel like they want to have like a day where they can own the final. Like I think they want to have a day, right, where they're like, whether it's a September or an October, where they're like, welcome. Tomorrow we will be revealing the final Smash character. I feel like they might want to save one more. I honestly would prefer that. Like as hype as it would be to see 2 characters, I feel like it's too soon, I think, to just completely end the Smash hype. So I think we're gonna get 1 here. I would love 2. I personally think we're gonna get 1.
Right.
What do you think?
Before I say what I think, Daiguren, listen, as much as I would love Lloyd, and I feel Lloyd can still make it to Smash, Scott Menville only voiced Lloyd once. So the fact that he's under NDA doesn't mean anything, because remember, he's still voicing Robin, so that could be part of his NDA. Scott Menville was replaced with Brian Beacock in all appearances after Tales of Symphonia 1 due to union reasons of, within the voice actors union and stuff like that. So I would not read into it that much. Lloyd can still happen, but if he shows up to Smash, he's most likely not going to be voiced by Scott Menville, or not even in English. All right. So for 1 or 2 reveals, I feel that 2 reveals can happen, but at the same time, that's a really good point that you said that, we're literally at the last 2. Now, here's 2 ways that I could look in this. One, we get 1 character, and then, like you said, we get another event in which Sakurai is like, it's a specific event for the last character. It's like, here's the climax. Today we're revealing the last character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That can happen. Or 2, and before you guys get like, but this was that, and this said this, and this said this, the possibility of either the supposed super secret additional secret character that's after number 11 that it will end as a number 12, or Fighters Pass 3. A lot of people are saying a lot of people are saying that Sakurai is going to enter early retirement. He actually came out and said, he clarified saying that he's not going to retire anytime soon, but not just not just that, he was talking about the column. He was saying also retiring, doing his weekly columns too. Yeah, so there was a lot of mistranslation. Yeah. He says he's definitely doing more projects. He said he's not going to quit video game development anytime soon. That's 1. Yeah, he can't. 2, he said that once DLC is complete, then it's over. He didn't specifically say Fighters Pass 2 or anything like that. He's just like, when the last DLC is out, that's it. But it's funny because that interview was taken so many ways, but it's very vague on what he was talking about. So I'm not saying that could mean the possibility of Fighters Pass 3. I'm just saying that I'm not writing off that possibility just yet. Right. So that's what I think there's a chance. I think at most there's a chance of 1 bonus character. That's it. I think that's the last. I think that's at most what we get. But I think like I said, I think it's gonna be 1 because they could still preserve. They could still preserve 1 more hype day for them and whatever else is in there. But again, I had this cool theory, this cool idea where they show 1 character, right, and then the CG trailer continues, right, and all the characters are looking up in shock, right. And then that's it, right? It closes out there, right? And then next time when they do the final reveal, the trailer continues from that moment, which would be I think that would be sick. I think doing something like that where people can sit down and theorize, analyzing that trailer, that character thinking, is it's a silhouette behind blinding light and super blurred out, and then the character's just holding the Smash invitation, and you can't really make it out, and then people will be theorizing for months. Exactly. It's like, is that spiky hair? Is that a sword? Is that a bat? Is that a keyblade? Where are they standing? What's the shadow that's illuminating in Mario's eye or whatever? Yeah. Have people lose their minds trying to think about it. No, that would be great. I like that possibility and stuff. But yeah. And it's funny, where we're at currently with Smash Pass 1 and Smash Pass 2. We've got some very big, heavy hitters. We got Joker, we got Hero, we got Banjo, we got Terry, we got Sephiroth, we got Steve. And these are all the third-party characters. And I'm like, I was telling this to Endakuba and Roger, that in Fighters Pass 1, in which I count Piranha Plant, we got 2 first parties and 4 third parties. In this patch, we already got what do you call them? We already got 2 first parties, Min Min, and we got Pyra Mithra, who are 2 first parties. So I feel the last 2 characters are gonna be third parties. Considering they have to. I think. So. Considering that, who do you think is gonna be the last 2 characters?
Man, I said this before. It's just now it's so hard to tell because there's a lot of options that are possible, and we're right at the end. Right. So I think It's hard. I think we'll get another Western and a Japanese, right? So I think I think maybe what's a good one I can speculate? I think Dante's a lock. The reason I think Dante's a lock, I think so because one, that's like he's really big, right?
Yeah.
Second of all, now all the DMC games are on Switch, the main except for 5. Not just that, but like there has not been a single Capcom character at all in past 1 or 2 so far. Which is weird because like they're really buddy with Capcom. Like you got the fucking Rathalos stage, you got fucking Monster Hunter selling 1 billion copies, you got Mega Man in there, you got Ken, you got Ryu. So I think and there's not a single DMC spirit, even though they added Resident Evil spirits. It's like so I feel like again, like I said, not a lock, but I think it's like a high chance. Like if we're gonna get a Capcom rep, I think he's the one. And I could really see another Sonic rep. Like I could see that too. Right. Because Sonic, again, like I said, like aside from Snake, he's basically the original third party guest in Smash. And there's a real bit like when they were announcing Smash Ultimate, they were showing new songs and stuff. Like Sonic got no new remixes or anything. I think there was like 1 remix song, which was the same case with FF7, where we were all like, oh, why is there no remixes at all or anything? And then we got Sephiroth. So we have that. It's also the anniversary. It's also like a character that's got like, obviously it used to not be, but like nowadays it's definitely like a big franchise with Nintendo. And yeah, it's like, again, you have like two of the most iconic platformer. Other characters would be like Eggman and Tails, right? Like everybody in the world knows Tails, everybody knows Eggman.
If it's it's one of those two, I feel it will be Eggman. Yeah. If we get
I agree. Eggman. I agree. I think it would be more unique because like as cool as Tails is, he would share a lot of Sonic's moves. Like he would have a spin, he would have like the kicks and stuff. I feel like with Eggman, you can have the whole bad guy theming that they've been doing and everything.
Right. And I hope so. I definitely agree with Dante. I feel Dante's a very high chance. Other characters, because like it's always it's always these 4 characters. Wait, no, 5 characters. I feel 2 of these 5 characters can make it into Smash as the final 2 Smash characters. It's Eggman, Dante, and I feel Crash is very safe. I feel like Crash is gonna.
Crash is a safe one.
Yeah.
Crash is a safe one.
Crash, Master Chief, and Sora.
Master Chief is a safe one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, the only reason I don't think it's Sora, I feel like Sephiroth was like the big square.
I understand that, but the thing is, remember, Sora's not a square character.
I know.
I know. But I definitely get that. I definitely get that because I mean, that'll be 2 Nomura created characters on the same path. So that rattles me a little bit. But I'm not gonna give up. I'm still holding true. I'm not gonna complain. Yeah, I'm still holding true.
I hope so.
I feel Sora. I feel that Sora is one of the few video game characters that could be the last ever character in Smash Ultimate. Like that's it.
I was just someone saying they could have given Sora a Mii costume. I feel like it would be disrespectful.
No, I would be mad. I would be mad. Like, I'll buy it, but I'll be mad. I'll buy it, but I'll be mad.
Nah, shit. I don't want that shit, bro. Like the Rex costume was like, alright, this is funny, but a Sora like the No More Heroes one is like,
that hurt.
Man, what the fuck?
That hurt. Yeah, Travis fucking hurt.
Yeah, Sora, don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
And then of course, remember, we have to always remember that the last 2 characters is figurines locked in Sakurai's super secret drawer. So all we have to do is consider is like, oh damn, who has figurines? I mean, I got like 7 Sora figurines behind me and shit, man.
It's time, bro.
But I can't wait. I feel Dante and Eggman are really good choices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Considering that a lot of people are saying other characters and stuff like that are not as big, but then they have to really realize that there's 2 things when it comes to Smash, like Smash DLC at least. One, they gotta be recognizable to a degree when it comes to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Or splice the rule who's outside of Nintendo. And secondly, are they gonna be able to be sold? These have to be characters that have to be marketable, that are Nintendo knows that will move units. So I mean, And when I see
Also,
characters,
yeah,
I'm like,
another one that I know a lot of people don't want, but what's it called? A Pokemon. I really think there's a
ooh,
chance
yeah,
we could get a Pokemon.
8th gen.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I said this specifically. There's 4 reasons we could get a Pokemon. Number 1, it's the anniversary. Number 2, we didn't get a Gen 8 rep. Number 3, we got Pokemon Diamond Pearl. Number 4, we got Arceus coming. So I don't even think that it's necessarily a Gen 8 Pokemon, but it's like it's a Pokemon. It's gonna be a notable Pokemon if they have one. Because again, it's like there's 4 reasons that are pretty major to have one. And we haven't had one as a DLC. Which, you know, how massive Pokemon is, you know?
Yep.
But see, again, like, people, like, Pokemon are not the same as Fire Emblem at all. Because Fire Emblem, yeah, you have a lot of them that are, like, swords, but it's like, with Pokemon, even if you don't necessarily care about the Pokemon franchise, they have completely different movesets.
Exactly.
So I'm totally down with the Pokemon if it's like a good one and they got a dope moveset.
And then you
know?
need to understand that Pokemon is the highest selling franchise
of
all time.
Yeah,
and,
it's the biggest thing ever.
All right, so to end off the stream, I'm gonna tell you my pick if they were to choose a Gen 8 Pokemon, and you tell me who do you think will be a Gen 8 Pokemon. For me, we've had this conversation before. I think if they're gonna choose a Gen 8 Pokemon, I think it'll be Toxtricity. So who do you think?
I'm gonna say Cinderace.
Cinderace is a good pick. Yeah, Cinderace is. You know, I prefer Rillaboom because we need a grass rep. I mean, sure, we got Ivysaur, but I mean, like,
Rillaboom is so like he's so like he stands in like one spot almost.
Yeah,
that's like his whole thing almost. I could just see Rillaboom because I feel like the like soccer ball mechanic could be really cool.
Oh yeah,
you know,
definitely.
like how you could like charge up these like fire soccer balls or whatever. You get like a very flexible kind of moveset and stuff. I could see something really cool with that.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, but that's going to be it for this week's episode of the Fifth Dimension. This special series when it comes to E3 is only an hour long, so I like to thank my boy Fidel Gamescage. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Anytime, bro.
Thank you. Now, before I toss you all to the wind, we're going to go ahead and raid the Nerd channel, and be sure to see us next week for the final episode of the E3 Hype-Up Party streams before E3 actually starts. It's going to be great. It's going to be live. So, you know what? We're going to go ahead and, we're going to raid Misclick. And then, what we're going to do? We're going to raid Misclick and just tell Misclick, HMK Fidel is asking Power of Mithra, and we're gonna get our answer. All right, so that's what we're gonna go and raid Misclick with. So be sure to bombard her with our love and to ask her the very important question of Power or Mithra. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be grand. So guys, until the next episode of the Fifth Dimension, this has been HMK and Fidel, and always be brave, dive deep, and enter the Fifth Dimension. We will check you guys later.
Yeah.